And welcome back to another week of Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Or at least the seasons we've watched so far. I'm your host, superjollymac, joined as always by my brother and co-host DonTheVan, checking out his hair.
Yeah.
So grab your drivers, your changers, your card decks, cue the theme songs, and let's get into it. How you feeling this week?
This week, good. You'll be so proud of me this week. This week, I actually watched everything before the day of recording.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, man. It feels good. I was like, oh, I'm ready and ahead of time. Honestly, I'm just really enjoying the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really into this season of the shows Kamen Rider and Ninpuu. It's really good. It's really good in my opinion. So I was excited to watch the next episode.
Good. Yeah, they went pretty quickly, but we can get to that when we get to it. Let's start off like we always do with games. Have you been playing anything?
I have not been playing anything. Not this time. I
Ditto.
actually haven't played any.
I actually haven't either. So this is going to be a pretty quick session.
Listen to anything?
No. I've been trying to find a new podcast, D&D podcast. So I was listening to a little bit of that. I'm trying to figure out a new season. What's that?
Try Dungeons and Dragons.
Maybe I should try that. I will pick that up again and start playing that. That'll be my next one. But
Agreed. I have to look at where I'm at in it so that when you get to the same place, we can listen to it at the
we'll see. Have you been listening to anything?
Actually, no. I just been running back my old playlist while I was at the gym, but I haven't been listening to anything new. So no.
Yeah.
Dang.
Same.
This is a short one.
Well, more time for the other stuff. So, what about watching? You been watching anything?
So I have watched some new stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I watched Sentenced to Be a Hero.
Okay.
The first episode, the hour-long episode, and the second episode. I like it. I don't see where it's shonen. I don't see shonen.
You don't see shonen. It's definitely shonen. So you said you watched the second episode too?
Yeah.
Okay. How was it? I haven't watched. I still need to catch up on that. We're doing these early, so by the time this airs, hopefully I would have catched up. I should have a lot more time to catch up before the next episode. So I'll give an update on probably episodes 1 through 4 of the ones I'm gonna keep.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's pretty good. It caught my attention. I think it's interesting, like you're being sentenced to be a hero, and then they have it's almost kind of like a Valkyrie type of thing. Like they have their goddesses. It's almost like the Valkyrie who like bless the heroes with weapons and whatnot. So it's like, oh, that's cool, I guess. So I'm interested to see how it goes, being that. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. Well, I guess this is a spoiler show, so if you're here,
well, I mean, don't spoil the new stuff. Yeah, but you could talk in the general sense. Eventually, we're gonna review some stuff, but I wouldn't spoil anything. But I don't know.
So basically, for the entire season, at the end. No, I got you. I mean, it's I like it. I think it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about the character dynamics as far as like the heroes and like everybody else, like their dynamics, but I like the heroes' dynamics with each other. It seems a bit not forced, but heavy-handed how like everybody else treats the heroes. So we'll see. I know they're like a looked down upon class in the society, but I don't know. I feel like it's like, all right, you guys kind of like overdoing it. Like these guys literally have saved you like 5 times on 10 different occasions. It's like you don't got to be that mean. Like you can relax a little bit. Like I don't know. At that point, it seems a bit heavy-handed, but I was like, all right, whatever. But it's still cool though. It's still cool and I like it. So I saw that. I watched. I started Hell's Paradise season 2. I need to go back and watch season 1 because I feel like I'm probably missed. It's been a couple years since I've seen season 1, so I'm probably missing some key points in there that I need to refresh myself on. But so far, that's looking pretty good. I was gonna start Farron, the season 1 of Farron. Uh, I didn't get a chance to do that, but I ended up watching
Rerun?
Farron. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I gotta start that one. Um, but yeah, I watched I watched those. So yeah, I was trying to get started on a couple other things. I was forgetting what other shows you had said, but I remembered those. So I'm gonna do Fearin', and then I gotta do Spy Family too. I gotta catch up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You you've been watching anything, or you continue watching anything?
I think I watched the second episode of Shobuyuki. What was it? It's what's the English name? It's
Come on.
it's I play games.
Playing death games to put food on the table?
Yeah. Um and it feels like the part A of a storyline, so I need to get to the third episode and more. By the next episode, I would hope that. Well, I don't know, unless the whole season is one arc. We'll see how they do it. But it's pretty good so far. Other than that, I don't think I've watched another second episode of anything else this season yet. And then I need to catch up on some from last season. So, but by next episode, I should have like the first 3 or 4 episodes of the ones that I'm going to watch. I might add one more from the list. I got to go back and check the list again to see, because I feel like I'm missing something. But yeah, so far so good. The only one I don't think I'm gonna keep going weekly on is Kaya-chan, ga Kawakinai. But actually, you know what? Maybe I will give the second and third episodes a try before and report back on them next episode, and then I'll see if I'm gonna keep up with it or not.
Kaya-chan isn't scary. Is the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let me know how that goes because I
yeah,
didn't watch that one yet. I was trying to figure it out which one you said. So okay,
yeah.
I think I. Sorry.
So that's a couple, and then there's like a couple other ones I want to catch, but they're from like last season or even further. So I don't want to overdo it for this season because there's still some stuff from last season that I need to catch up on.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I gotta tell you, it's taking all of my willpower to not watch the
Oshinoko, yes,
Shinogo.
yes.
Yes. You're watching that. Yeah. Okay.
But
I thought you were watching it. I wasn't sure if you said you were gonna keep watching it or
no,
not,
I'm
but
definitely gonna
okay.
keep watching Oshinoko.
Oh,
Yes,
that's okay. Okay. I have to add that one to my list then too.
yeah.
Um, I wasn't sure if what was I was gonna say something. Dang it. What was I about to say? I was gonna say it's taking everything inside of me not to watch the JJK season 3, man.
Yeah.
It's taking everything in me, man. I went and got some sushi with a friend today, and he was talking about. He was like, "Yo, have you seen JJK?" I was like, "I haven't. I've only seen the first episode of the third season." He was like, "Man, I read the manga." He was like, "Now, do you want to know anything that happens ahead of time, or do you not?" I was like, "No, don't tell me anything. I want to be surprised." But
Yeah.
it's taking everything in me not to watch it. Ugh. And read it. So, but it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm good. Yeah. But
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
Packed
That's
week.
it for my watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we
I
got
think
this the quickest we've gotten through everything. What's up?
yeah. Well, there's a show on Netflix. I started watching it. It's the one about this. based off a Stephen King book, 11/6/64 or something like that. 11 something about the assassination of JFK. JFK. A guy goes back in time to try to stop it from happening. It's old. It's an older one. It was made in like older. It was made in a couple years ago in 2016,
Yeah.
2008. I just saw it, so I was like,
Was that the
oh,
name of?
and I
Oh,
just
okay.
started watching it. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it
so
had
I
a
started
different
watching it.
title, but I remember
Yeah.
bits and pieces of that.
Mhm. Yeah, cause there's a show about this book called His and Hers, and I'm reading the book now before I watch the show. But yeah, that's the only other thing I watched, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So nothing too crazy yet.
Well, we can go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes then.
Yeah. Oh well, I guess that means we're hitting anime land, which is my land. I'm the captain. So we've been watching JJK season 1, and we are on episode 13 and 14 for this episode. So buckle up, spoilers ahead. We're gonna start off with episode 13, which is called Tomorrow. So we pick up with Nanami showing up to the fight with Yuji and Mahito, and him and Yuji double team Mahito. Well, they make their plan. So as they're making their plan, nominate Nanami is like he can distract Mahito while Yuji attacks him, since Yuji's able to attack him and hurt him, and Mahito can't really touch Yuji and use his power against him. So that's their plan of attack, and it works for a little bit. But then Mahito tries to use Yuji's weakness against him, or air quotes weakness, Yuji's inability to kill humans. So Mahito decides to take out 3 of his transfigured transformed humans and like send them after Yuji, and Yuji has to face them down and everything like that, and they're like begging for Yuji to end the suffering, and surprisingly enough, Yuji does it, and he jumps right back into the fight, and everybody's surprised. They're like, "What?" And Yuji's like, "Yeah, bro, you gotta try harder than that." And then Yuji and Nanami are like, "We're gonna do it." And they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it." And then they start jumping. They just start jumping. Mahito, they're like, boom, boom, boom. And Mahito's like, I can't take getting hit like this. What can I do? I don't have time to react. And I'm sitting here looking at the screen like, fight back, bro, fight back. And they're just jumping and just going crazy. And I was like, dang. And so starts the infamous, Jujutsu Kaisen jump fighting, man. They are known for jumping somebody and just taking them down, bro. It is crazy. But this is when Mahito somehow figures out his domain expansion, and he just decides to get up out of that jump action, and he actually fights back with a domain expansion. And with that, he traps Nanami, and Yuji is outside of his domain. So with this, Nanami like says something, and then we get a little bit of backstory about Nanami and why he quit his jujutsu education to go into the business world a while ago. And with that, he's like, I guess he goes to this bakery and everything like that. But and he sees the curses and everything, and he's like, it's not my job anymore. And then he goes back to work. He has become consumed by the thought of having money and everything of that nature. But I don't think it fulfills him. So he goes back to the bakery because this is his daily routine. And the baker lady says something, but he's like, yo, maybe I should help out with this small spirit that's on your shoulder. And he helps because she says something that really touches him in the feels. And then he's like, I am really good at this. Let me just go back to Jujutsu High. So he calls them, and that's where he goes. And then we're back in the present. And this is where Yuji is trying to figure out a way to get into Mahito's domain. And lo and behold, he figures it out and punches a hole straight through the top and goes straight into the domain. And everybody's like, what? And this is where we find out that domains are weaker on the outside and stronger on the inside, because they're meant to trap people on the inside, but not keep people out. So they're meant to keep you in, not out. So it's a little bit easier to break into it than to break out of it. And so with this, Mahito's domain is something that allows his ultimate cursed technique to hit every single time, which we all know his cursed technique is him touching you and transforming your soul. So basically, as soon as Yuji jumps into his domain, his technique kind of activates, and we all know that last time he tried to touch Yuji, so he actually touched Sukuna's soul as well. And lo and behold, he does it again. And immediately, as if without skipping a beat, Sukuna's like, "Yeah, bro, I told you there won't be a second time, right?" And then he just takes out Mahito, and like Mahito just can't hack it, and his whole domain shatters. My man's bleeding out on the concrete. It's like, yo, pick yourself up, bro, please. And then with that, this is where Sukuna also says, he's like, "Yo, I really don't care who dies, Nanami, Mahito, as long as that kid Fushiguro doesn't die." And I'm just like, what do you mean by that, my guy? Why you got such an interest in Fushiguro? Hmm? Huh? What power sleeps inside of young Fushiguro that we don't know about? I need more answers. I need more answers. I think I have an idea, but I feel like it would be a spoiler. So I don't know. But I'm not actually 100% sure. So it's just going to be a theory until we get there. But yeah, he says that. But with this, Nanami tries to attack Mahito, and so does Yuji. Yuji kind of, well, no, Mahito kind of like blows up into like a big. He like transforms really big, and then this is where Yuji tries to like attack him and everything. He does, but uh, Mahito transforms and slithers away to escape into the sewers because he's too weak to fight. They really could have ended him right there, and that would have been crazy. But he escapes. So with that, um, Yuji passes out because he's exhausted. Nanami calls in people to try to chase down Mahito. Yuji and Nanami go back to Yuji and Nanami go back to Jujutsu High, or like they're just talking to each other, and they're talking about what a proper death is after Yuji had to kill a couple of Mahito's transfigured humans. Mahito kind of sits and talks to himself, and he's like, "Yo, that's kind of crazy. I figured out domain expansion. Yuji's really my natural enemy. Yada yada. Let me get powerful, and let me figure out another way to torment Yuji and destroy his heart or soul, like in a way, like breaking him down, making him do stuff he doesn't want to do, type of thing, like with the killing the transfigured humans. And with that, Yuji resolves to not lose or die anything in any way until he kills Sukuna. So that is where this episode ends. What do you think about it?
I really liked it. I like learning about Nanami, which unfortunately seems like the kiss of death in a lot of these shows. And Nanami was really starting to hit as a character. Like he skyrocketed quickly to becoming one of those ones. So I was like, no, not Nanami. And then when you get his backstory, it gets you all sad, and it's like, man. But the fight was good with Mahito.
Mm-hmm.
Nanami and Yuji working together was really cool. I liked all of that. And then Yuji finally breaking through. Well, first it's like, oh man, what's he gonna do? And then when Mahito pulls out his domain expansion, it's like, oh, that's a wrap for Nanami. Like, ah, my boy. And then when Yuji actually breaks in, because I was not expecting him to actually break into it, and it's like, okay, well, Nanami's already like given himself over. It's like, yeah, and there's nothing I can do. This is like a guaranteed thing. We've already told you that that's how this works. And then even when he breaks into it, I still like in the back of my mind, I'm not thinking, oh, that's touching him again, and Sukuna's gonna like get pissed until it happens, and then you're like, oh yeah, you even set it all up again. So that was perfect. They did everything well. I liked it.
Yeah, it was great, honestly.
Even
And
the
they even
end.
touched,
What's that?
yeah, the end.
Even the end of the fight where he kind of Mahito kind of pulls off a Nanami move, and he's like
Mm-hmm.
getting huge, and it's like just a facade because he's trying to escape. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah. I like it too. I feel like he he gives off mad Jabber vibes. I think I'm gonna die on this hill. He gives off mad Jabber vibes. I feel like they're related in some way, shape, or form. But but I think it's pretty cool too. This gave me a little bit like it expounds upon the domain expansion, everything like that. Learning how like it's stronger on the outside. I mean, on the inside than it is on the outside. And I think he said also like the stronger the technique, the stronger the domain is on the inside, but the weaker it is on the outside, or something like that. I think that's what he said about it. Like he said something like with Gojo's technique, like it wouldn't be that hard to break into it, but it would be impossible to get out. You know?
Yeah, because it's like, why would you want to break into a move that's like 100% going to hit you? Like you're making it so that the move will 100% hit you. So it's like nobody makes it, or it's never strong from the outside, because what idiot would want to break into one? And then Yuji's just like, this idiot, and jumps in.
Hello, it's me.
Yeah.
Heard you're looking for an idiot. So, but yeah, I liked it too. And
Yeah.
like, it's episodes like this that give me like the what if type of factor. Like, yo, what if they actually had got him at the end? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the type of stuff that gets me. So I'm just like, man, and that it's like a Star Wars type of thing, you know?
Yeah. Even then, it's like, oh, they're really gonna like take chase, and it's still gonna go on, and then you just like collapses, and it's like, oh, my man, like he was full of holes the whole fight, and you're like, how is he still moving? And he hit the brick. He couldn't go anymore. Yeah.
So he was out of here, but yeah. No, but I enjoyed it. It was good. So
yeah.
Oh, I'm excited for the next arc, which does start in the next episode.
Yeah.
Also, this was the last episode that we got the intro and outro. So I was very sad about that. Because in the next episode, which is episode 14, Kyoto Sister Exchange Event Group Battle 0. We got a new intro and it is mid. It is not as good as the first one. In my opinion.
Incorrect.
I'm comparing tomatoes and potatoes, mid.
No.
Apples and oranges, I do not like it.
No, this one, I like the first opening. I think I like this one even more.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Oh
yeah.
My goodness.
Sorry.
Who are you?
Yo.
Oh.
It's Vice, Vivid Vice by Huya Extended. I don't even know if they release. No, I can't remember if they didn't release a full track. I remember looking for this for like months, and either they hadn't released the full track. They're one of those groups that doesn't do like music videos and stuff. I need to see if they actually, or maybe they did release it. But I need to look for that again. But I love this song. It's great. It starts off with a hard rock kind of vibe. And then at the end, when it kind of rewinds back, everybody's just like, or farming the whole thing. You get little bits and pieces. I love Jujutsu Kaisen's openings because you get little bits and pieces of stuff, and you're like, I have no idea what this is. What's actually in the season? What's actually not in the season? I don't know. Even now, knowing a little bit about the future, there's little bits and pieces that I can piece together, but it's like they're not really spoiling anything, but they're still giving you all the cool stuff. So I like it.
Like you wouldn't know unless you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know until you know.
Yeah.
Which is the good part.
Which is perfect.
So, yeah.
And the song is great. I love it. Better than the first one.
No way.
Put it on the board.
What? I'll have to listen to it again. I'll listen to it when we get off.
Yeah.
See if I still feel the same. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. This is crazy. Even the ending song. Oh my gosh.
The ending song. What was the ending for season 1? We'll get to it when you finish.
And then them dancing.
I do like it. I do like it. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I might have to give it to the first one. But the second one's really strong. I like the second one too. It's vibes. Yeah. The second one's
Yeah,
pretty good
what?
too.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll listen to the second intro. Maybe I'll give it another chance. But no, I'm sorry. That first one has me, especially when it just starts up. Oh my goodness! Stop playing with me.
Yeah, and the first one's
Stop.
just go. Like all it does is give you one chord, and that's all you need.
What? Oh my gosh, I can't believe what I heard, bro. Oh my god. I'm
Hey,
sorry, I was stuck on it. Anyways, episode 14 before I lose my mind. We start off with Jogo, Geto, and Mahito talking amongst themselves as they recover. Especially Jogo because he got his butt handed to him by Gojo for sure. Um, but they're just talking. They pretty much come up with a plan. They decide that they should probably go with Geto's plan initially, which was to get all the Sukuna's fingers. So they decide to do that, and they're gonna feed them to Sukuna. They decide that they are going to get the six fingers at Jujutsu High, and they devise a plan to get them. Which apparently they let Jujutsu High get a couple of those fingers that they had to put them all in one place. So they're gonna try to go get them. The intro changes, sadly shaking my head. Boo. And then Nanami and Gojo talk about bringing Yuji back to the public eye at Jujutsu High. They said, yeah, it might be time. And so with that, the Kyoto school meets the Tokyo school, which I always thought it was cool how Kyoto and Tokyo are like anagrams of each other. I was like, oh, that's really cool. But anyways, I digress. Satoru shows up and reveals Yuji is well, actually, hold on. Before he reveals that he's alive, they have like this cool bit. I didn't write it down, but I thought it was cool, and I was like, oh, this is cute. But like, Yuji's like, yeah, man. Well, let me just go tell him I'm alive. And then Satoru's like, no, you can't do that. You have to make it all flashy. You got to make it big. How many times does a Jujutsu sorcerer come back from the dead? That doesn't happen that often. So this is a big deal. And so they make a little like the little anime wavy hands and all that good stuff. So yeah, they make a big deal out of it. And everything like that. So this is where Satoru shows up and reveals that Yuji is alive. And he tries to make a grand entrance, but the reaction is lackluster and nobody really cares that he came back from the dead. They're just kind of like staring at him. And then the Kyoto school is pretty preoccupied with the little dolls that they got. So, but at least he didn't die. So the first event for the sister exchange event is called the Wacky Curse Spirit Exorcism Race. And this is where it splits up. The Tokyo team tries to integrate Yuji into their game plan. They're like, what do we do? Whatever, we got it. We still don't know anything about Panda as they try to explain the powers to Yuji since he's new. It's like, yeah, so what's up with you talking? And then Maki comes in and like interrupts that. So we still don't know what's up with that. Maki asks for her cursed object back, which Yuji doesn't have. He Yuji pawns it off onto Satoru. He's like, yeah, he has it. It's broken. So with this, Fushiguro pretty much says also that if everyone were to fight Yuji with no cursed energy, they would all lose. Which is like, dang, you think Yuji's that good, bro? He's probably right. But this gets everybody's attention. Everybody's like, okay, tight. So with this, we switch over to the Kyoto school, which they're having a meeting with their principal, who is the old guy who Satoru and him be button heads and everything like that. But they're planning. The principal is pretty much telling them to kill Yuji during the event. And Toto, he's like, bro, I don't care. I'm gonna dip. My girl's on TV. I gotta go watch this live. And they're like, yo, just record it. He said, whoa, who do you take me for? I'm going to watch it live and I'm going to record it. So he does that and he and he did. And so with that, the Kyoto school students are like just talking amongst themselves, trying to figure out a good plan to go throughout everything. And with this, Gojo states that Gojo is talking to the head instructor for the Kyoto school at this point, and he states that there may be a traitor at the school and they don't know who it is, so they should be vigilant. And after that, this is where the Tokyo school is lining up to start their Wacky Cursed Spirit Exorcism race start. And Fushiguro asks Yuji before they meet with the other students, like, if he's okay, if anything happened. And Yuji's like, yeah, I'm straight. I mean, things happen, but for the most part, I'm good. We can talk about it later. And so they join the Tokyo team, and they're all like, yeah, let's do it for Maki. Let's win this for Maki. Let's all win this for Maki. Maki, 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 Maki. And then Maki's like, stop. And then Yuji's like, well, let's just win. And yeah, it's great. But yeah, that's where the episode ends. What did you think about this one?
I liked it. It was a huge shift from the fight, which wasn't too bad. And then I gave them a lot of credit for their openings, but they just be tossing in spoilers in the middle of these episodes and talking about stuff that hasn't happened yet. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what? Yeah, bro. Well, I guess it already happened, but literally the movie is in this episode. Yeah. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
He's already showed up like 3 times.
Yeah.
He's already showed up 3 times.
He's like, yo.
I was just talking about that.
And he's like, yo, this is what happened in the movie. And you're like, what? Well, I mean, you're not like that because it's just like a throwaway phrase. And you're like, okay. Okay. Yeah. So that was wild, but still. Gojo has way too much energy. I think one of them was like, yeah, I hate adults that like Sweet Take and I like they have too much energy like that and they can't keep up with them. And I feel for Nanami because Gojo and Yuji is just like, yeah, I'm in. And I feel bad for Nanami. Yeah, out of the new ones, you get a lot of the Kyoto school. A lot of their students kind of feel like typical shonen people, but you don't know too much about them yet. I guess anime. It feels like they take from a lot of anime sources, at least for the character designs. Not necessarily that they're drawing those characters. It's just inspired by this type of character.
Yeah.
So always looking forward to learning more about them. And Todo was a jerk when he first got introduced, but when everybody's trying to plot to kill him, Todo's like, yeah, you guys are idiots. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. So yeah, Todo shot back up to being like, all right, I'm cool with this guy for now.
Yeah, I love Todo so much. He's one of my favorites. Like my friend, he was asking me who was my favorite character out of JJK, and he was like, you can't say the main characters. You can't say Yuji. You can't say Gojo. Can't say the dude with the sword. The who had his movie. I was like, bro, I wasn't even thinking about those guys. I was thinking about Todo, man. Todo was my guy. I love it, man. Todo's great. Toto's great, but
and then I did like the little scene where he was telling the other instructor about there is a traitor, where she like throws her tea at him or something like that, and Mugen just like blocks it. It's like, okay, you literally cannot be touched. It does not matter.
Yeah. It has too much aura. Too much aura.
Yeah. And then the ending, second ending is Give It Back by Ko Shunue. But I like it. It's a different vibe. I'd probably get the first ending would probably edge over this one for me, but I do like the second ending a lot.
I'll give him another chance. I'll
do
give him another chance.
Yeah.
I don't have faith in these.
Hey, I know you're the musician, but I'm telling you, my ears here.
All right. Man, I'm trusting you, but I know how your taste in movies go. So we'll see.
They're excellent. My taste in everything is excellent. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, I like the episode. Really good. I'm waiting for the action.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. The second, because this was the we hit the midpoint of the season, which is why they obviously changed the intro and outro.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't expecting too much action in this one, being that that's what this was. But yeah, it's this was a good one. I liked I mean, I like the fact that we got introduced to the Kyoto School characters. I did not take the time to read their names because I feel like I'm gonna figure it out later on when they have their fights and everything like that. But I do like the fact that they're kind of expounding. They're kind of like, oh, we have a traitor because obviously there's so many special grade curses that are showing up, and it's like they're all showing up at the same time, same place. Something's happening. We got to figure this out. And then they're also like formulating like how do we keep Yuji safe because obviously the principal wants to take Yuji out, or like the higher ups for the Jujutsu Academy want to take out Yuji, and obviously the curses want to take out Yuji. Everybody wants to take out Yuji too. They're trying to figure out how to keep him safe. So it's like I like how they're trying to juggle that. With Sukuna's statement about for Shigeru, I'm just like, dude, what's up with this kid?
Yeah.
Give me the answers.
Yeah.
So I need to know the answers. And yeah, I want to see everybody like get active. Like I'm trying to see Maki do her thing, being that she doesn't have any cursed energy, but she be using cursed tools. I want to see how like her versus her sister and everything like that. Being that her sister supposedly is weak, like they said that in the last one, like, oh, she's not the strongest one in their clan, but she has cursed energy. So it's like trying to see them go toe to toe and everything like that. I want to see Nobara come into her own. See her like use her nail hammer combo. I'll try to see everything. I want to see Panda get active. I want to learn about Panda. Why is he a talking panda? So yeah, I'm in it. I can't wait.
Yep.
Whew. All right. Well, but that's it for anime. We're almost there, halfway through season 1.
Well, we're speeding through these, but next up is Toku. We have episodes 13, 14, 15, and 16 of Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger and Kamen Rider Ryuki. So, spoilers ahead for all of those episodes. Let's get it started with Scroll 13, Whiskers and the Engagement Ring. Hige to Ninyaku Yubiwa. Konyaku. Huh? I don't know why it says it that way, but whatever. We start off with a new verse in the opening song. Everybody's getting new openings. So that was pretty hype. Did you notice that?
I don't think I noticed that they had a new verse. I just know it was the similar song. I wasn't vibing with it. I was just like, oh yeah, like yeah. I didn't even know this was a new verse. I was just vibing.
So anyway, Yosuke, we opened with Yosuke taking over a bakery as a part-timer. And everybody else is supposed to be out doing their jobs today. We start off with a whisker. It's like a catfish monster that's come down for Jikanja. Chuzubo is still trying to get it done and find it. And their plan is to make everybody on Earth slaves. So he sends down the catfish to do that. Meanwhile, Oboro suddenly has some sort of idea and she starts getting to work on something. So Nanami comes to help Yosuke out at the shop because he gets overwhelmed because he has a lot of customers and he's there by himself. The owner made 100 bags of cookies to give out as gifts, and one bag that he was supposed to take with him that has a ring inside of it that he made, which he ends up leaving. And of course, they give it out to one of the guests. So they end up running around to find the ring and run into the Go-Rider, who just let them go away because they're searching for somebody. And then they run into the Catfish Ninja, who is going around turning everybody into Hige wrappers. So it's like they get these weird long whiskers, and now they follow whatever commands they are given from Jikanja, or the catfish. Yosuke gets very kind of adamant about finding the ring for the owner, because he feels like he's useless, and if they don't help him, then he's not going to be able to propose. Kota ends up joining them after they get surrounded by Higa rappers. because the catfish suddenly activates them all and they come after Yosuke and Nanami. Then they end up using ninjutsu to disappear or get close to the catfish, and then they fight the catfish and defeat him. Then Wendy shoots off her bazooka, makes him a Kyoudai, and then the Rangers go out in their, what are they? What's his name? The giant. I forgot his name.
You're pulling at me.
Sinpujin, I think. Sinpujin. Shoot, I don't remember his name anymore. The giant robot.
Yeah, there it is. See?
Yeah. So they go out. Yeah. Anyway, the Go Rider end up coming in and getting in their way once they see that the Rangers are going to fight them again. And then they use Go Raijin and end up trying to double team the Rangers. Meanwhile, Oboro finally finishes a new gadget, Gatling Leo, which is a Gatling gun. And then they use that to defeat the catfish. Once they do that, everyone's whiskers go away and they're all saved. And then Yosuke and the gang retrieve the ring from the final customer that they ended up finding and deliver it to the owner so he can make his proposal. And there's all a touchy-feely kind of ending to the episode. So that's episode 13. What'd you think?
I like the Gatling gun. I like Gatling Lion. At first I thought it was kind of weird that everybody grew the whiskers. I said, nah, I don't like that. But and then they started like doing the little rap, and I said, are they turning into the little minions?
Yeah.
It's like, are they turning? And so I was like, all right, it was weird, but it was cool. It was acceptable. I like how this gave Nanami and Yosuke something to do. I was missing Kota just a little bit, but not too much.
Well, he comes in at the end. He was working.
Yeah, he's a working man. But who needs work when you're a Ninpuu Ranger? You're a Hurricaneger.
And you actually get to see him taking care of some people, and it's like, oh man, he's working hard and like doing some really good work for the people. Like,
yeah,
Kota, yeah.
While Yosuke and Nanami are out here just goofing around.
Yep.
Shaking my head. And then the guy Rangers.
Go Rikers.
Rikers is what yeah. They're always just chilling. Like they're never doing anything. They're just standing around.
Yeah. And then they don't, like, obviously I'm fine with the episode. Like I have no issues with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Go Riders, when they will get in the way and when they will not get in the way, is a little bit confusing. Because I think they said this time, like, as long as they were out looking for, it feels like if they're not looking or getting in the way, then they're going to, the Go Rider would just let them be. I don't know. But we'll see.
But I thought it was an okay episode.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So it was chill. It was Super Sentai.
Yeah. We can go ahead and move on to scroll 14 then and just keep it moving. The Crybaby and Candies. Nakimushi and To Amedama. So we open with Yosuke climbing up a tree trying to return eggs to a nest. He does get that. He does accomplish that. But when he does, he ends up falling down and falling into the lake. Everybody heads back to the base. Meanwhile, at Jikanja, Sargaim is up. It's his turn to send somebody, and then an urn falls into the Jikanja base, and Octopriest pops out, giving Chuzugo one more chance at trying to accomplish the goals. So they go back down to Earth. Yeah, they go down to Earth, and then they start inking everybody they can see. And then as soon as they ink them, they end up with a black face. A black face. A black face. Anyway, Yosuke runs out and gets ambushed by the Octopriest, and Chuzubo, and then he gets inked. So he turns into a blackface. The rest of the Rangers show up. They're about to fight when Nanami and Kota transform, but Octopriest activates his move that turns everybody into that he has inked into children, which includes Yosuke. The Rangers end up retreating with Kid Yosuke, and then Yosuke starts crying and whining throughout the mission because he's a kid. And then Nanami and Kota are trying to like convince him, hey, you're actually a ninja. We need you to buck up. Hey, we thought you said you were tough since you were a kid, so you're not going to cry, right? Oboro ends up locating something that fell from the sky. She sends the location to Kota, or she sends the location to the team, and then Kota ends up distracting the Rappas. So Nanami and Yosuke can try to head over there and see what it is, because they think it's something that would help them fight the octopus. When they arrive, they get attacked by Chuzubo and Octo and learn all the experience from the adults was taken from them and turned them into kids. And then it was turned into candy and went into the octopus's pot or urn. Kota and Nanami transform and attack, and then Kid Yosuke grabs the urn and then runs away while he's being attacked. He ends up dodging all of the attacks and then eats a piece of candy to turn back into his bigger self. And then he transforms, and then the three defeat Octo with the triple gadget led by Yosuke and his red power. And then all the experience goes back to everybody. Chuzubo gets suspended for all of his failures. And so he just makes Octo a giant by himself. I think he uses the scroll he found a long time ago. Oboro ends up finishing the new Karakuri ball design and sends it to the Rangers. The Go Riders see that they have a new tool, and then they join the fight and watch Octo die first. They just watch him get destroyed, and then they go in with Go Rider and attack. Then the Go Rider uses a sword slasher, which is the weapon that the Rangers actually had. And then once they attack the Rangers with it, they destroy the Rangers' Karakuri gadgets that they had, and then they're just like, yeah, all right, we out. And that's the end of the episode. What'd you think?
I guess one. At first, I was like, "Oh man, they're doing blackface." I was like, "That's crazy."
Yeah, that was the big one. It's not. It is, and it's not that bad, but it's definitely odd.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I guess I get it. He's an octopus. I was like, that's. I was like, strange twist, but do your thing, 21. Do your thing.
Yeah.
And then he turned them into kids, and I said, "All right, we're back in action." But I think it was cool that the bad guys are like, I guess, expanding upon their hierarchy by allowing somebody to get suspended, or they have like marks and merits, so I guess they can get kicked out or destroyed or whatever. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, obviously they're all gonna get kicked out because ain't no way they're winning against my Ninpuu Hurricanegers. So, but I think that's pretty cool. I think maybe they should keep the stories about how the bad guys destroyed 7 worlds but can't destroy the Hurricanegers. They should probably keep that under wraps with their track record. I wouldn't say that out loud. So, but outside of that, I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool to see Yusuke be like, "Yeah, I was fearless as a kid," but then he was a crybaby, and then he just turned fearless as a kid. I was like, "All right, cool." So I liked it overall. The Go Rikers are crazy.
Go
They
Ranger,
could have
yeah.
helped out. Yeah, they could have helped
He's
out.
like, yeah, and Chuzubo is like, yo, why didn't you help out? And they're like, you said you didn't need help. They don't care.
Yeah. That is fair.
Yeah.
Loki, that is fair. You know what? Never mind. They're not crazy.
Yeah.
That's fair. They just need no business. It's like, you
Yeah.
ain't need help. Dang. Well, That's a lesson. There's a lesson in that. Accept help when it's available.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I thought it was a good episode too. It was nice seeing Chizabo kind of hit the limit of how many failures I guess he can get, because I thought they were going to kind of alternate, but it did seem like it was a lot more Chizabo than anybody else. And then it kind of made sense when B kept like giving them the bad stamps whenever they failed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked it. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
Next. Yeah, we can keep moving to scroll 15. Megatagame and contest. Tagame to Sodatsu Sen. We open up with Sargon apparently helping the Go Rider in a huge mecha. So the huge mecha and Go Rider are stomping around. They find a metal rock and turn it into a crystal, but they say they're looking for more of whatever it is. We see Chizabo kind of watching from the background, but we know he's officially been suspended now, and they don't see him. Then we cut back to the Rangers, and then, well, the crystal was apparently called Shinobium. And then they think that the Go Rider are looking for it. Oboro kind of looks for something that's similar to the place that disappeared, and then she figures out that it's the same as the what is it, Ikazuchi, the Go Rider's school, that area, and that they had found something called Shinobium that they were using to power certain things. And then they figure out that it's at a local university. Meanwhile, the Go Rider go to that university and try to steal it. Then they use it to power a recording that is supposed to be some sort of playback that explains a secret to them. But the crystal ends up being a fake, so it doesn't really work all the way. Chizabo overhears what plays back and tells Taozant. And then Megatagame appears and gets the Rangers to he suddenly appears while the Rangers are trying to keep watch over the real crystal. He gets the Rangers to head out in Sinpujin, and then the Rangers kind of, or Yosuke and Kota, leave Nanami in pilot mode by herself, while they head back to try to protect the jewel. They get back just in time to see the Go Rider leave with the jewel. They chase them down, and then start trying to attack them. They end up getting defeated, all of them. But then they use a sneak attack to try to steal the jewel from the Go Rider. The Go Rider kind of counter attack and then come back to them. Let's see. Yeah, they counter attack, and then at the end, one of the Go Rider steals the jewel back from Kota and Yosuke. Or no, they're fighting, and then the other Go Rider sees them all together, and then he shoots at all three of them, and then kind of blows them all up. But that's enough for them to actually get the jewel from them, and then they leave. And then the Rangers are like, what? He shot his own brother? And then he just tells his brother, hey, you should have been more powerful. That shouldn't have affected you too much. Come on. And then they kind of walk off. In the meantime, Nanami kind of gets beat. Well, she's already been kind of beat down by the giant mecha. But she kind of fights back as well. So they're all kind of down. And that's kind of where the episode ends, with the Go Riders heading off with the crystal. And then all of the rest of them kind of hurt, but coming back. What'd you think?
I feel like this one was more, had a lot of backstory to it. Like, well, more backstory to it. Let me not say a lot. Like, I like how we get some more expounding upon the Go Rangers.
Go Rider.
Go Rangers school and everything like that. We get some Ninginium, the stone, the crystal. Dude, I'm so bad with these names.
The stone was Shinobium.
Shit, I was nowhere near Shinobium. I like how we got the Shinobium, and everything like that. Yeah, the two brothers are insane. Like, I was gonna give them credit last time, but no, they're insane. Like, dude, he literally saw his brother fighting Kuta and Yosuke, and he was like, he got it. Nah, and then he just decides to just shoot at him and everything like that. And I was like, oh, okay, this is the type of thing we're going. Maybe we're gonna get like some tension between them. And nope, he just came back. It was like, dude, he was like, you didn't have it. What can I say? And so I was like, ah. And then they just walk off into the sunset. And I was like, dang, well, but it was a good episode. I like it. There was a lot more action. It was interesting to see Blue take over, or Nanami take over the entire Zord mech by herself. When I forget the big bad's name, but when the big bad like crushed into like her little Zord pod and where she was sitting, I was like, hey, yo, that makes sense, I guess, that they would be inside of their respective arm piece, chest piece cockpit thing, because normally we only ever see them just in the cockpit. But yo, with that being said, how do her and Kota not get dizzy when they're actually like fighting people? Because like they're getting swung around all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't that's where my mind is with it. So, but I like this episode. It was nice. It was cool.
Yeah, it
I just like
felt
the
kind of
book.
like a part A of a two-parter, but I liked it. I thought it flowed well. I thought it stood on its own merits. Like, it was a good episode. Haven't seen a bad one yet.
Mhm.
Uh,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, and that's good. Like even the first one out of the bunch today, it was like, it was okay, but it wasn't bad. Like, it by no way, shape, or form was it bad. I would take like an entire season of those over, what I'm saying. So
Yep.
over the last one. So yeah. Yeah, that last one it's always gonna be the butt of the jokes. I'm sorry. There's no way they're living up to that. There's no way they're living up to that.
Hopefully.
Oh man.
But we can
Hopefully,
end
yeah.
off with Scroll 16, if that's it.
Yeah.
So let's end off the week with Scroll 16, The Mist and the Prophecy Device. Kiri to Kanegoto Sochi. So we open up with the Rangers trying to figure out what the secret is behind the Shinobium. The Go Rangers end up going back to Jakanja and showing the hologram to them. And then they see the rest of the recording. And then they kind of decide that the recording is saying that they need to defeat the Hurricaneger. So this is the Go Rider are look at the recording, and then they are like, yeah, this recording is saying that you guys need to rot the planet, and then we need to defeat the Hurricaneger, and then it will be born. Talzant seems to realize something else, though, and sends Chuzubo to kind of assist them. Meanwhile, Kiri Mai shows up, creating a laughing, crying mist, and starts getting everybody crying or laughing, and then he kind of absorbs all of their power and just stores it in his shell. Two kids end up seeing what's going on, and then they kind of spend the rest of the episode hanging out in the background and watching. The boy is kind of obsessed with ninjas. So first he's obsessed with Go Rider, but of course the Go Rider are kind of jerks to them. The Hurricaneger arrived to fight the Missy Snail. And then when the Go Rider arrive to fight, they end up defeating it. But it's made giant by Choosable. Before that happens, the two kids see the Hurricaneger, and then they start cheering on the Hurricaneger because the Go Rider were jerks to them. But then the Elder Go Rider, as they're doing the fight, kind of figures out what Talzant seemed to already figure out earlier in the episode, that maybe it's not the Hurricaneger that he needs to defeat. And then he has kind of a like he's thinking about it, kind of like he did when he attacked all three of them, his brother and the Rangers, while they were together. But while he's thinking about it, Chuzobo activates the Kirigiri Mai, that pops up suddenly, and then he releases all of the energy that he had stored inside of his shell in this big kind of misty explosion. And then once it happens, it seems like it teleports all of them, the Hurricaneger, Go-Rider, and then those two little kids for some reason, to some random island that's somewhere. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. Everybody's at the island and they're like, oh, that's an odd place to be. What'd you think?
Mm-hmm. Man. I think I missed the part where he realized like we had like a similar moment where he attacked his brother and everything like that, where he's like, oh, I know who we have to fight. Because I thought that moment happened where he was like, oh, we have to fight the Hurricanegers, but he had another one.
Yeah, it's like heroes versus heroes is kind of what I don't remember the exact phrasing of the little recording, but before the snail kind of pops up and releases all of the energy, I think his brother is off and he's fighting the Rangers kind of separately. And then the older brother looks at it and then he starts thinking like, oh, he just kind of looks at his brother and it's like, oh, okay. I think, oh, and then Taozan, or what is it? Taozan kind of says also, like it cuts back to him and he's like, yeah, he's now understanding what that message was supposed to mean, isn't he? But yeah. So it seems like it means that he needs to take out his brother, and maybe that's how he gets the power, or that's what they're trying to make him think. So we don't know what's going to happen because we haven't seen that far. But that's what I got from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe I was thinking in the right vein, because I was like, yeah, we're gonna get some tension between the two brothers with all of this action going on. So maybe that is gonna happen. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Once again, I thought it was a good episode. I thought they kind of set that up as well on the last episode, because it's like, oh man, you're kind of a jerk to your brother, just shooting him, you're gonna blow him up. Was that really necessary? Right. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think it was good too. I like how them teleporting reminded me of like I don't know, a superhero thing. I don't know. I was thinking Secret Wars in the comics.
True.
All gets and then it was like Battle World or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's usually Battle World. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what that reminded me of. But yeah, I'm eager to see what happens. I don't know why those two kids are there. We can get them out of here, like, expeditiously. But whatever, we'll see what happens. They have plot armor, I'm sure.
You better hope so.
Yeah. Oh, hey, if they take out the kids, this show will be goated. Yes.
Yeah, I don't see that one happening.
Right up there. But yeah, overall, that's it though. I enjoyed it. I still want to know what it is. That's it.
Yeah. They still haven't told us what it is, but somehow, well, I don't know, because I don't know anything else about the series, but maybe we're gonna get it soon. They can't do that the whole season, can they? They can't do that.
They can't. No. Can they? Nah, I can't do that though. I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Yeah.
But yeah. But this week was good for Ninpuu, so.
Yeah. Hurricaneger was a good week. We can go ahead and move on to Kamen Rider Ryuki, which did not have a new opening as far as I could tell. But we start off with episode 13, That Man Zolda. Sono Otoko Zoruda. We open with everybody having a good time at dinner, except for Rin, who isn't joining in. Instead, he kind of gets moody and then he rides off. Reiko and crew are investigating missing people. She heads off, or they hear a story about people disappearing on an elevator. So she heads off to the elevators to investigate with Shinji. They both run into Goro and Kitaoka while they're doing it. One is in the elevator with Goro. One is in the elevator with Kitaoka. Shinji is with Goro, obviously. And then they have a funny little discussion where Shinji whistles, and then Goro's like, "You're good at that." And then he tries to whistle, and Shinji's just like, "Ooh, I don't know what you're doing, bruh." But anyway, while he's in an elevator, Shinji gets a call from Yui, but the connection is pretty bad, and kind of the conversation makes Shinji think that Goro is Zoruda. And then he kind of confronts him, but when he does that, Kitaoka overhears that. We see a fortune teller. Notice is out. Rin is at some sort of cafe, and he sees a fortune teller, and the fortune teller is telling fortunes to people that are coming by. But he notices Rin, and then he kind of watches him, and then he reveals that he has a card deck to Rin. He says he wants to change the fate of the writers, but they transform and fight anyway, and he transforms into a kind of stingray rider. A monster ends up taking people that are riding the elevators. We cut back to the elevators. A monster is taking people that are riding it. So Shinji and Kitaoka transform and then kind of fight on different sides. Once again, while Ryuki is fighting the monster, he starts Zoruda attacks both of them. And then even once the monster kind of heads off, he keeps attacking Ryuki to the point where Ryuki kind of attacks at Zoruda, and then there's this explosion, and then when it goes away, Zoruda is gone, and that's kind of where the episode ends up. What did you think?
One, the interaction with Shinjin?
Shinji?
His name is Shinji, with Shinji and
Goro?
the guy who's good at everything except whistling. Yeah.
Goro? Yeah.
Yeah, I was weak. I was laughing so hard at that. I said, "Yes, sir. That's how you whistle."
Yeah. As soon as he whistled, I was like, "Oh no."
I thought he was gonna turn around and be like, "How'd you do that?"
Yeah.
Like,
the pairing
I
was
thought that
perfect
was-
for that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then afterwards, when he thought he was when he thinks that he's the Kamen Rider, it's just like, oh, he's treating him different. But,
Yeah.
and like I don't know how he even got that, because on the phone he definitely said lawyer. I'm just like, dude, he said lawyer, not lawyer helper. I know it was cutting out.
No, it was cutting out, and it's Bengochi no. So it's like the way she said it, it's like the lawyers, and then it cut off. So it's like,
okay.
Yeah, so she only got the word lawyer out.
Okay.
And then it kind of cut off. So that's why. Or it sounded like lawyers, so he figured it was him since he was in the car. It's like the lawyer's bodyguard? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he thought it was more of like a possessive noun. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, okay. All right. Got you. All right. I'll let it go. All right. I'll give it a pass.
I think it was Bengochi no.
You guys want to get my stamp of disapproval?
So it did make sense how they did it in the Japanese, because I heard it and I was like, okay, like it's not good. It's still weird though. No, but like it's just like that.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna. Well, I guess as soon as they got off, then they had to fight the monster. So, but yeah.
Yeah. I think the only other part that stood out to me was like the fortune teller, where he was telling fortunes with quarters. I said, one. It was an American currency, so it kind of threw me off. And I said, wait. I was like,
was it American currency?
Yeah, it was quarters.
I didn't notice it was quarters.
Yeah, I was because like I saw it and I was like, oh, he's using like yen or like the coins. But
Yeah.
then I said, is that illegal? I was like, wait, is that a president? And I was like, wait, are those quarters? I was like, why is he using quarters? And how do you tell fortune with 3 quarters? I was like, I don't get it. He just stared at the quarter. He was like giving a whole backstory. I said, you got all of that from flipping a coin. I was like, all right, bro, you got it. You got it, bro. He was like, my fortunes are never wrong. Oh, word. Just like Auntie's intuition. Oh man. I said, oh. So yeah.
Yeah.
I like that guy. I like him. I don't know. All you gotta say is like whatever you're good at is never wrong, and you might be my favorite.
Yeah.
I guess. But that's it. Um, I feel like him and Ren are gonna have a cool dynamic too. So I don't know. I feel like it.
Yeah.
Ren's going through it.
Yeah.
That's it though.
We can keep moving to episode 14 then. Revival Day. Fukatsu no Hi. So we start off the episode kind of where it ended with an explosion happening and Zolda disappearing. Shinji comes out of Mirror World, and then he sees the two of them playing like Goro had died, and then Kitoka actually says that Goro died. He doesn't know what happened, just Goro died. And then Shinji actually thinks he did it. So he begins to wander around and kind of lose it. He starts really going through it. He almost gets, he heads back to the cafe eventually, and then he almost gets eaten by the dragon. But Yui sees it and kind of protects him from it. Once she does that, she's like, "What are you doing?" And then he tells Yui that he killed Zolda, and then he kind of runs off. Meanwhile, Stingray, Ryder, and Knight are fighting. And then they kind of get expelled from Mirror World. And then the Stingray is like, "Yo, you are crazy. What are you doing?" But Ren is obviously going through it still. And then he kind of says, Rin kind of gets annoyed at him and is like, "You don't know me." But yeah, we shift back to Order Journal, and then we find out that Order Journal got canceled from a press conference because Kitaoka got them kicked out. So he made a call, got them kicked out, and then he sends Reiko flowers and a huge picture of himself to show his affection. We cut back, and Shinji's still wandering around. Rin ends up finding him, and then realizes that he didn't actually kill Zoda because he starts talking about how the bodyguard was dead. So Rin ends up setting up Kitoka so that he is about to transform, and then Shinji comes out of the elevator just as Kitoka has his card deck out, and he's like, "Wait, what?" And then the other elevator opens and Goro comes out, and then they're like, "Okay, I guess the jig's up." Yeah, sorry. So everyone braces when Shinji marches over to him. This is just Kitoka and Goro, but instead of punching him again, he just ends up being glad that Goro is alive. Then the monster starts attacking again, and then Shinji goes after it. So Rin arrives to kind of give him some backup because he's having a hard time because this monster can shoot a gun. But they end up defeating the monster, and then Shinji lets the dragon eat it, so Shinji doesn't get eaten. And then he tells Rin that he is going to stop the fighting, which kind of matches the words that the Stingray Rider was telling Rin as well, that he wanted to stop the fight that the riders are doing. And then we cut back to the fortune teller by himself. He has a piece of paper that kind of has Knight's emblem on it. And then it looks like he's trying to do a telling, but the paper with Knight's emblem on it kind of burns up. And that's kind of where the episode ends. How'd you like it?
This was another good one. I enjoyed this a lot. I don't know what it is, but that for these 2 episodes, they had like the dynamics just dialed in, and I loved it. I like obviously Shinji and Goro.
Dora, yeah.
Yeah, I like their dynamic. And I like Rin setting up uh the lawyer and everything like
Hitoka.
that.
Yeah.
These names are killing.
Yeah, I was wondering, and it's a lot of them because it's 13 or it's probably going to be a ton of them this episode or this season.
Yeah.
But I was wondering why nobody was just like, yo, Kitaoka is actually Zonda, so it wasn't Goro. What the heck are you doing, Shinji? But I do think it was better kind of the way he did it.
Yeah. That way he can see it. He can see it for himself, and it's not like, oh, you're just telling me stuff because you're just messing with me because you're in a bad mood. You don't like me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which would be something Rin would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. I liked it. I didn't know that. I guess Kitsukoka. What's his name?
Kitaoka.
Kitaoka. I didn't know that he could bring Goro into the mirror world to disguise himself.
He can't.
Oh, how did? Oh,
that was after. So that was after the explosion. They were outside back in the elevators, and Shinji had come back into the mirror world where he entered, which was on the other elevator. But when he came out, he had Goro on the ground, and then he had put his rider down. Yeah, like pretending that Goro was dead.
Got you. Okay. I was about to say because I remember seeing the flashback. Oh, it was his final vent. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah. Yeah, his final vent blew like attack sideways so that Ryuki's attack didn't hit him, but he just walked away. Yeah.
Got you. Problem solved. We figured it out. Yeah, Timo, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it. But no, I liked it. I think honestly, as much as I don't like the lawyer guy, he's a good addition, man.
No, he sucks. I mean, he's not like the worst character, but yeah, he sucks. I don't feel sorry about him. I do feel sorry for him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Him and Goro, they do good.
Yeah.
I like it. I like having them there.
I did like
stay around for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I did like how everybody was kind of piling on Kitaoka though, because he deserved it. But like he gets back to his car, the picture. Reiko put the picture on his car and had drawn like the little tear marks on it. That was funny. Yeah.
He deserved that. Like that picture was stupid. Like to get them kicked out and then to send it.
Yeah,
like, they were taking the pictures and he was like, "Oh, I got the perfect pose."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, he's so cool." I said, "No way." He definitely deserved it.
Yeah,
absolutely. But I mean, I hope they stick around. I wonder what it's gonna be like near the end of like the season when they have more riders. Like, I wonder who's gonna make it. I feel like he's gonna be one of the ones that makes it to the end.
Yeah, could be.
I feel like, yeah, but he has to. Like, he just him and his bodyguard Goro are pretty. They have to make it.
Yeah, we'll see.
If not, I'm quitting. I'm quitting the show. I'm quitting the show. I don't like them, but I like them.
Yeah.
Like I love to hate them. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
We can keep it moving on to episode 15, Iron Mask Legend. Take Kamen Densetsu. We start off this one back at the fortune teller trying to tell his make a reading. And then he has a vision of Night being defeated by another rider that we haven't seen before. Meanwhile, Ren is acting to a jerk to kind of everybody, but mostly Shinji. And then Ore Journal's boss kind of has a health thing going on. So Shinji kind of asked Yui if she would like to help out part-time. Then we kind of cut to a woman running down a hallway because she hears some weird noises. And then she looks outside and doesn't see anything. So when she closes it, though, she sees a face with a mask on that frightens her. She sends a report to her journal. So Shinji and Yui go to investigate. And then they see a body collapse inside of the building. They hear the same sounds of fighting. They take the body to the hospital, I think. And then they find out that the person that they found is a member of a group called Matrix. So they go to, I think it's a university, to talk to the people that are inside of the club called Matrix. A club is like a extracurricular club. But the people in the club clam up when Yui and Shinji starts asking them questions about what they're doing and what's going on. Afterwards, we see two more masked men fighting. And then the winner kind of takes the loser's buttons away. So they have buttons on their cloaks. The winner takes the button away and then kind of walks off. We cut back to the cafe and we see Ren show up. And he has the Stingray Rider with him. And then Shinji also shows up. And then the Stingray Rider meets Shinji. They share a lot in common, obviously. And then we learn that the Stingray Rider is named Miyuki. So Shinji and Yui learn that Miyuki is also a rider. He does a fortune on Shinji. And then he says he's going to meet another rider soon if he keeps investigating that. Ren perks up at that and starts following Shinji because he says he wants to see the rider when Shinji finds him. Shinji goes and ends up fighting the spot of the last battle, but the two members had already beaten each other. And then once they had beaten each other and collapsed, the final figure comes up and stashes both of their buttons. This new person ends up being the young person that Yui and Shinji had met when they went to Matrix to talk to them. And he reveals that he is also a writer. And he ends up being the Rhino one from Miyuki's vision from before. Monsters attack the kids as they try to run away from the fight. And then Shinji and the new rider transform and then head into Mirror World and fight. After they defeat one of the riders or one of the monsters, the new rider attacks Shinji and then kind of beats him. And as Shinji's lying on the ground, he reaches down and grabs his card. And that's where we cut off of the episode. What'd you think?
At first, I was confused because I said, what is happening to Kamen Rider? I said, this doesn't even make remotely any type of sense as to what's going on. But halfway through the episode, it started to make sense. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, who are these people in the mask? Why are they fighting each other? And what's going on?
Yeah, it was a little confusing. Weird. Because like when they're fighting too, like everything, like they have a whole setup and there's a camera shooting them. And then like as soon as somebody runs in there, all of the setup is gone and it's just the body lying there. I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah. Yeah.
So it confused me for a second, especially because since the girl was running and like she saw one of them in the reflection. I was like, wait, okay, so it's a monster in the mirror world, but then you see them in the real world, and I was like, wait.
So and she doesn't die happen? Apparently, because she contacts her journal or it.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was confusing to me, but it was also weird to like listen to them eat the noodles and stuff and like slurping up the noodles, and I was like, because for me personally, I don't like mouth sounds when people are eating. So
you're in a lot of trouble then, because that's what you do. You slurp noodles.
Yeah. I know it's the part of the culture. So like, yeah. I was like, I'll tough through it. I got this. I tough through it. I've been working on it. It's not as bad as it used to be. Like, if it was me like a couple of years ago, I would have turned this off. I would or skipped ahead. I would have been like, I'll just skip some story beats. It's okay.
Yeah,
I'll be fine. But it wasn't too bad. I actually had lunch with dinner with somebody, and like they were slurping their noodles, and I was like, you know what? I guess it's not that bad. It was still tough to get through, but it wasn't that bad. You know, it just depends. But for me personally, I can't do mouth sounds. But anyways, but I was like, so all of them are just eating together now. Also, that's also another thought that crossed my mind because it was Shenji, um, um, Yoa,
Hmm?
Yui.
Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna get there eventually. Yui, and then the two girls from the newspaper, right?
yeah, because Yui was working part time, and I think they were all eating lunch at the office.
Oh, I missed that. I don't know how I
Yeah,
missed that. Wait, what happened to the noodle shop?
I think they were just eating lunch. I don't know if they were they at a noodle shop the first time.
No. I mean, like the shop that they had at first, where her aunt was working,
The
and then
cafe, yeah, they're still
yeah.
there. This was just a part time job, so she's working at the cafe and at Oreggiano just until the boss gets back from his healthing. And look, it's a story thing.
You know what? I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it
Yeah,
go. That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant.
it's
All right.
it's one of those things. It's like okay, but it's not like you don't get caught up on it. So it's like all right, whatever.
This episode confused me, man. This
Yeah,
episode really confused me in the first half, but that second half, when we did get to the Rhino guy, I was like, all right, cool. And then seeing Shinji like pull out his, I guess he pulled out his contract card. That's what it looked like. It had the dragon on it.
yeah,
So like, I was like, oh, what's this? At first, I thought it was his final event, but it wasn't, and he didn't use it, and I was like, okay. And then the dude took it, and I was like, oh, is he gonna be able to use his card now? So I don't know.
yep,
We'll see. Shinji out here going through it, man. Just hang it up, bro. Just go ahead and get eaten.
yeah. Everybody is.
Just
Uh,
get eaten.
but all in all, a good episode. I liked it.
Yeah.
They're I don't know how they do it, but it's going along strong. No complaints about this one either.
Yeah. That's a lot of characters to juggle, and they're doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we could go ahead and end the week with episode 16, Card of Destiny, Unmei no Kado. We open up with Miyuki and Rin kind of showing up just as Shinji gets defeated. And then they fight off another monster that pops up. So Rin ends up using his bat to do the little frequency thing, which allows them all to escape. They drag Shinji out, and then we learned that if the contract card is destroyed, well, I don't know if they die when the contract card is destroyed, but Shinji can't transform because he doesn't have his contract card. And if he can't transform, he can't feed the dragon. And if he doesn't feed the dragon, we know what happens then.
Mm-hmm.
So Miyuki ends up still following them around. He ends up calling Ren like a pretender. Like Ren is only acting tough, and trying to trick everybody into thinking that he's tough. So Ren gets pissed off and just hits him. Then Ore General gets another message from a mysterious person. And then we find out that the new rider, the Rhino dude, hacked the computers and forced Order General to do kind of whatever he says. So he has the list of their subscribers, and if they don't do what he says, he's going to release the virus to all of their subscribers. And then they go through a montage of pretty much trying to get Order Journal more followers. They do take some pictures, they hand out some flyers, and do some other things. During that time, Miyuki follows Ren and sees him go visit Eddie. After the montage and Order Journal's new boss, Nanako gets called a second-rate IT person, and then she gets really pissed and then starts a counterattack. She takes her laptop to the cafe, slams it down, and starts writing some code. She ends up sending it, and then it kind of infects the Rhino Rider's laptop instead. just as he's about to release code to try to infect all of the Order Journal subscribers. Rin happens to come across the Rhino after his plan is revealed. He and Rin end up transforming, and then they start fighting. Miyuki tries to stop the fight, but it doesn't work. And then when Knight ends up knocking Shinji's card from Rhino, he takes the card to Shinji. Shinji transforms, and he's like, yo, help me stop the fight between those two. Shinji joins him, but the monster pops up while they're out there. They end up defeating the monster. And then they, I don't think they actually reach them, but Ren ends up defeating Rhino, and that's kind of where the episode ends off, with Rhino on the ground, and then Ren having his spear. Not spear, what are those things called?
It's called his sword event, but
Lance.
Lance?
Yeah, it's almost like a lance. Yeah. So he has his lance kind of pointed right at him, and that's kind of where the episode ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his sword vent, but it's a lance.
Because like I was thinking it was like a double sword, kind of almost how like Darth Maul or like Ahsoka, like like one side's longer and then one side's shorter. But yeah, it's more like a lance. You're right.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's a lance. So, what'd you think?
I think the highlight of this one was our second-rate coder going crazy.
Yo,
that scene was insane. I said, "Oh," and she was just going stupid. She said,
all their B stories are pretty entertaining. Like, it's the little comedy relief, but like they hit. Yeah. I don't know how they do it, especially Nanako.
Yeah,
Nanako is be hilarious,
Yeah, and honestly, while she was doing her coding stuff, I recognized some of the lines. I said, "Oh, I know what that means."
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I said this stuff is old." I was trying to figure out what language it was, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Like, I couldn't put my finger on it. It might have been a mix of some things, but it was old, so I don't know. But I did recognize. I was like, "Oh, I know what that line means." Oh, I know that. Oh, I see what you're doing. So, but I thought it was cool. I feel like taking somebody's contract card and holding it over their head adds a new dynamic to how the riders can interact with each other. So now I'm curious to see if that's going to happen more often. Like if that's going to be used as a device to try to keep them from fighting each other. Like maybe they might try to steal each other's cards and stuff like that. So it makes it interesting. Like you can break their belt, you can steal their card. It's just adding some extra context to the rules and everything like that, which makes it interesting inherently. But now we have 5 writers total that are all dead. Obviously we haven't seen our good old Green Bull dude show up, but it's gonna be interesting. This is getting interesting. We have 2 writers who don't want to fight, and then obviously 3 who do. So we're gonna see how it goes, and I can't wait to see if we get anybody else who doesn't want to fight, and we might have a civil war on our hands, a Rider civil war. Like I'm in for it.
Yeah, I don't know how that'll work with everybody trying to be like peaceful, like a peaceful side and a fighting side. It feels like that side would just fight each other, and then the peaceful side would just get eaten by the monsters. Well, no, I guess they're fighting. Their goal is to fight the monsters, so it might work out.
Yeah. And I mean, they'll fight to keep the other people from fighting. You know, he said, "Oh, I'll use my powers to stop you guys from fighting." I was like, "Hey, I'm with that." You never know. I don't know. It might be kind of epic. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It was good. It was nice. Dude, I don't know what it is, but like the dude who took over the newspaper too, I don't like him.
Yeah, he's the worst now. Kitoka is number 2. This dude is the first. Kill him.
Yeah.
Kitoka, maybe don't kill him. Let him die himself, but
this guy, get him out of here.
Yeah.
He seems bratty. He seems so bratty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all in all, I enjoyed it. So I'm excited for the next batch of episodes again.
Yeah. Good week.
Good. good seasons. This is good seasons, honestly, for all of the shows.
Yeah, good week. I like it all. Entertain, and it flows really good. So I'm here for more of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, yay, Toku.
Yeah. So that takes us to the end of this week. So thank you for joining us. Catch us next week. Same time, same place. Hopefully you're watching along with us and you're enjoying it as much as we are. But until next episode, we may not have much money. We may not have much time. But there's one thing we do have a lot of. And that is
Slurper noodles. We have a lot of slurper noodles going on.
slurp, slurp, slurp. Catch you later.
Slurp like.
I was trying to give you time.
Yeah, I didn't